Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's kind of a funny looking OBS, right? Well, anyway, so we're going on a trip. So the trip involves, I don't know, lots of miles. So I don't have anything that will make the trip. So my silver truck isn't exactly trip worthy. The truck that's back here is not ready for the road. I can't tow a trailer with the F-150, and yeah, so I don't have anything to really tow a trailer with, let alone tow a trailer that's long enough to bring back what I want to bring back. So I couldn't do what I'm doing today without the help of my friends Mark and Jonathan. So Mark's been generous enough to help me do this trip, and Jonathan has also been generous enough to help me do this trip. So Jonathan actually has his own YouTube channel, Big Bronco 2 guy. He does a lot of van stuff and some oddball Ford stuff, which is kind of cool. But you know, he does a lot of nice work. He's got a nice little YouTube channel. He just doesn't keep up with it, but it's Gillen's Garage if you wanted to check it out. So Jonathan's really helped me out with going on this trip, and Mark's helped me out with going on this trip. So I can't thank those two enough, because without those two, what I'm going to be doing is not possible. So we have a 21 F450 here, and it will do just about anything it wants to do. So we're going to be taking this, and you can't really see it because it's a little bit behind me here. We have a trailer that's going to be bringing home parts. So what we're doing is we're going to be traveling, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 hours south, and we're going to be picking up a truck down there. And then once we pick that truck up, we're going to be traveling a couple hours north, west, and picking up another truck. And then we're going to be traveling a couple hours home. So it's a big long trip that we're going to be making a video with. Hopefully, I don't know how well it's going to go. I try not to video as I drive, even if I have a camera person, which in this case would be my wife going with me. So I don't like to video a whole lot as I drive. It's not exactly safe, but it's also not very entertaining. So we'll try to take the camera with us and get some video of what we're picking up, what we got on the trailer, and what we're bringing home. So trying to bring home a lot of stuff that we can use to fix up what we got floating around here. So there's trucks everywhere here that all need to be repaired, and the best place to get parts is not here. So I'm going to show you this truck real quick and show you the trailer we got behind it, and hopefully we'll get some video in here of the trucks we're picking up and the parts we're picking up and everything like that. So stay tuned in the video here. So we're going to try to patch in some other videos and make this a worthwhile watch. So we got the truck here. It's a beautiful truck, highly optioned here. So nice aluminum CM flatbed on it. And then we have this trailer back here. So as you can see, it's a little longer than, say, 20 feet. So should be enough room on this deck to get what I want to get and put it on here and bring it home. So hopefully we'll have some good stuff on the trailer here, and we can go ahead and bring it home, and we may even get something on the bed here. But we'll see what we can come up with and see what we can find here, and hopefully come home with a decent load. So we're going to go ahead and get shipping out here and get to our first destination. So we got home late last night. It wasn't super late. It was probably 9:30, something like that, but it was dark, so we couldn't video or take any pictures of this then. So here we are the next morning, and I know that we said that we might be doing some videos along the way. However, there was just too much traffic. There was too many people. The places that we were going were a little bit tight. So if you've towed a trailer anywhere across the country, you know that it's truck stops. You know, those are the best place to go. However, you know, if you got like a 16-foot, 18-foot, 20-foot trailer, you can usually squeeze in everywhere pretty easily without any problems. As soon as you start getting a longer trailer than that, especially when you have a crew cab long bed truck like this, especially a dually, it makes it a little bit more difficult. Thankfully, this 450 has the wide axle in the front, so it turns a lot sharper, so you can get a lot more places. But yeah, there was no way we were going to be doing any videoing along our trip, or even at our hotels, or at the places where we picked up what we picked up. So I didn't want to bother them and infringe on their privacy with videoing at their properties. And then also at the same time too, hotels generally are populated and in a populated area, so we didn't want to have any of that mixed and match in here. So you know, and then plus two, this trailer's pretty long. I actually don't know how long it is. It's 34 feet long or 35 feet long on the deck. So getting this trailer in places was very tight. A lot of places are anti-trailer, they're not trailer friendly. So we had a lot of mishaps with just getting into tight places. Nothing crazy, nothing bad, no damage, not even a hint of damage, but it was just very tight, you know, lots of, you know, you got to watch the curb, got to watch cars, poles, everything like that. And then we had a lot of bad highway. So there was a lot of good highway, but there was a couple places that were extremely bad, and I don't even know how they let them get that bad. So we just didn't have time to video and didn't have the resources to do it. So here we are, we're back home. Now, you can't see what we have on the trailer because I'm going to show that to you here separately. And, you know, we'll show you the first truck that we picked up, which was about a 10.5-hour drive. Guy was super nice. It was nice to finally get connected with him to get this truck picked up. He's had it for quite some time. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at that truck. So we ended up picking up a 95 Super Cab long bed, which is the same color as my truck. So when we got down there, this truck had a whole interior in it, and we ended up taking the whole interior out because he was going to keep the interior. So it's a little dirty. It has been sitting for years, but the only problem we're going to run into here is, and a lot of people don't know this, so I have to cut this out for the four-wheel drive shifter, and I have to cut this out for the transmission hump. So that's going to be lots of fun. But this is a two-wheel drive F-150 thing. This is typical. If you do a two-wheel drive heavy-duty truck, 250 and heavier, there's a plate here, and you can get this plate off. This is already pre-cut out, and usually they have a hump already in them. Now, it's very rare to not see a heavy-duty truck without this hump. But this is a 95 truck. It is the right color. So that's what we were shooting for here. So this guy is going to donate itself to the other truck here. So very, very minimal dings and dents. You can see that one dent in the cab there. So that's this guy right here. No big problem there. And then as we come around the back, we have a dent here. Also not a surprise. And then tailgate is pretty straight. We have a little dent here, not a big deal. And then we have a couple dents here, also not a big deal. So the other side of this truck's pretty good. This is just loose here. Really wish we could have got one more wheel to match. And then we have a dent here. So I have another fender that is the right color that came with this truck. And then we have the hood here, which is obviously all sun faded. But this side of this truck is pretty straight, which is kind of what I was hoping for here. You can see a little bit of a wrinkle here, but I mean, these trucks were never perfectly pin straight from the factory, so I'm not surprised about that, which is probably how this ended up getting come off. There might have been, yeah, there's a little bit of a wave right there. So not too worried about that right now. We'll get it fixed eventually, but the main thing is, you know, all solid. You know, cab's all solid. And that's what we were shooting for here. So here's the other, looking in from the other side here. So this truck sat for a very long time, which is why we have as much rust on the frame as we do. I think it sat in his gravel lot for 3 years, and then it sat somewhere else before that for a couple years. But the tailgate is really nice. And then here's the other fender here, and it's got a little ding in it right there, but it doesn't have that really hard to get dent out on the bottom up there. So we got another fender that's the same color, which is great. This bed liner is going to have to go, but yeah, so not bad at all. So I'm happy with this. So back bumper mangled, typical Ford, and it looks like we have a little bit of a ding right here. So I lived in dents with the other truck, so I have no problems with the dings and dents on this truck. And the best thing about this truck is the fact that it is, you know, silver and not rusty. It's actually the right paint code, and it doesn't have any cab lights, which is wonderful. So, but yeah, so this was the first pickup here. So I have a picture of this on the trailer. So you can see it's at the back of the trailer here. So we'll get to that here shortly. So that truck was exactly what I've been looking for a long time. You know, it's the right color, it's the right body style, has the right options as far as the way everything is fit. So no cab lights, power mirrors. It doesn't have power mirrors, it has NEMA mirrors. It's a 95 and it's light opal gray metallic. So hits all the points. It's not all smashed up. It's not all rusted up. So that was exactly what I was looking for. It would have been better if it was a 250 or a 350, but to find that color and that configuration for what I wanted to spend, actually just not even what I wanted to spend, just that color in that configuration is apparently hard to come by. So just like, you know, it's kind of hard to find a Calypso truck. It's kind of hard to find a opal gray metallic truck. So we have that truck there, and that's great. So then while we were down there, I was like, you know, we really need to make this trip worthwhile. So what we did was poked around and tried to find something else that we could bring home. So I found something else to bring home. And ironically, it was kind of on the way back home. So that was even better. So I'm going to show that truck to you. So we have a 96 F-150 here. It is, I do believe, Pacific green with a silver frost bottom. And as you can see, it is filthy. So it's pretty dirty. And the guy that had it was younger, and he just basically he bought it, was gonna fix it up, and it's just too much work for him. So the underside is clean, but I don't know who was in here, but whoever was in here really should not have been in here. So this is pretty much what all the wiring looks like on this truck. Absolutely just disgusting. So yeah, it's bad. But up inside here, clean, just very dirty. And then obviously we have another bent rear bumper. But yeah, I think this is a good truck here. And I mean, it's got a front gas tank, sure. Don't know what's going on there. And then, you know, we just, yep, there we go. Cap, tried to attack me. But yeah, like I said, I don't know what some people do with these vehicles, but they definitely don't take care of them most of the time. This actually looks like it has a decently clean front bumper here. It's just very muddy. It looks like we got a dent right here. No big deal. And then you can see how close we had to get these two trucks to get them on this trailer. It's pretty tight. But typical sun fading problems. Apparently this truck had come from Texas, so it didn't live up north too awful long. So we got a little ding here in this fender, no big deal. This one's a little bit bigger, no big deal. We got a little dent here in the door, and then we got two here in the cab. This doesn't look to be dented, it just looks to be scratched. It doesn't feel like there's a dent, there's a little bit of a dent here. But I mean, the truck's 30 some years old. I don't expect it to be perfect, I just expect it to be decent, which is what I wanted. And it's missing the inner fender liners, which I'm sure they got ripped off by four-wheeling, but there's still powder coat on this frame bracket, and the frame just looks surface rusty. So yeah, this is very nice. These tires are all dry rotted. So I don't know where this thing has been sitting, but it had been sitting somewhere for a long time. But very clean, which is exactly what I wanted. So more of our wonderful wiring over there. And they had actually cut all the fuel lines. That's what that hose is hanging there. And put another pump in line. So yeah, not real sure what they were doing there, but they were doing something. And then cats are gone. So let's see, cat is gone, just cut out. And there's the extra piece of exhaust pipe right there, and just kind of hanging out there. But these are the kind of trucks I was looking for. So you can see that this one has an engine in it still, and this one actually will start and run. And then obviously the battery acid has gotten in here, so we don't know how bad that is. And then if you look under the gray one here, there is, here we go, there we go, no engine in there. So this guy is a roller, and this truck runs. But yeah, I don't know, this truck is sketchy at best. So yeah, this truck will run and drive, but I would never run and drive this truck anywhere without a full restoration, because I don't know how it hasn't caught on fire. It's pretty bad. But yeah, so these are the two trucks we brought home. So we got a green 96 and a silver 95. So these two trucks will live on as something else, but not multiple things. So they are going to stay whole for the most part. And we're going to give these two guys a lease on life here, because where they were sitting, they didn't have another chance. So hopefully we'll get these guys some new life. Now that truck was down in a hollow. It was hard to get to. It was down this tight dirt road that was a driveway. Thankfully there was a lot of space at the bottom of it for we could get turned around and get everything loaded. So I've got a couple pictures of where everything was. So we have the picture of the truck, the silver truck on the trailer here. And then here's a picture of them both together. And that's pretty much how they rode all the way home. Real tight on the trailer here, but to find two trucks in great shape that aren't destroyed, this green truck's pretty well destroyed, but the body's good. So to find two trucks within, you know, the driving distance that I really felt comfortable driving, that was amazing. So very happy with the purchases here. You know, we did have to buy whole trucks, which is really the way I wanted to do that. But no matter how much I paid for these trucks, I would have had $20-some thousand minimum in painting both trucks. So anything less than that was a savings for me, technically. So I'm very happy with what I got here. And I started this video off with a thank you, and I'm gonna end this video with a thank you. So I wanna thank Mark and Jonathan for both helping me out with this trip. Without the both of them, I'd have never been able to do this, never in a million years. Having this 450 that can tow at highway speeds and handle the weight and not care about it, and then having this trailer that tows wonderfully, you know, with the longer deck on it, and it was able to be set up to haul the trucks the way that they're being loaded on the trailer here. So if that one truck was a little bit longer, we wouldn't have made it. Even if the silver truck had a bumper, I don't even know if it would have fit. So totally happy with this, and I want to thank both of them tremendously for their contribution to me, you know, and letting me use their stuff here. It's a lot of trust there, so I thank them for that. And once again, Jonathan has a YouTube channel, Gillen's Garage, so check him out. He's a big Bronco guy, like I said before. He does a lot of nice content. It's not mainstream or very frequent, but he has a lot of unique stuff. He does a lot of cool things. So he's a good dude. Check his YouTube out. He's a little bit different on what he's doing there. Not a lot of Bronco 2 guys, not a lot of older van guys, but that's kind of his niche. So he takes it, runs with it, and does a good job at it. So check him out, and you know, hopefully we'll be able to keep making some content for you guys, and hopefully we'll have some videos of these two trucks in a future point here. So we got to wait and see what happens. We got a lot of other stuff on the chopping block, but we will have some more videos of those two trucks here eventually, so keep posted for those. And hopefully we can keep making videos for you guys to watch. And if you guys are looking for anything specific, don't hesitate to reach out. I really enjoy the feedback I get from everybody, so keep it coming. But thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next one.